You're not
Transformers.
even talking about Transformers.
Now we are, because I started recording. Anyway, Transformers 1 is the greatest Transformers movie that's ever lived. I have not seen the first one in the 80s.
Better than Transformers The Last Night?
That's a very high bar.
You're saying this movie is better than Merlin getting drunk and controlling a Decepticon dragon?
Yes. So throughout the many years, yes, I seen Transformers be like Transformers animated, great show, but that was ages ago. And I did see Prime, but that's like a good 20 episodes. I need to get back to watching the show in the future.
You do.
I keep seeing others around me describe what Optimus really is, including Peter Cullen, and I never really got that, with the closest being Optimus from the first Michael Bay movie, where he was the closest to the people to describe him to be. And this movie basically introduced me to the true Optimus Prime that I've been hearing for so many years.
I'd say the first introduction to the true Optimus Prime, for our generation anyways, would be animated in Prime, which, again, you should finish.
Which is
Anyways,
funny that you bring that up, because Transformers 1 Optimus is very energetic. But I'm pretty sure in the future of these movies, he's going to
when he was Orion.
Yes, but as I was saying, but as it goes on, it's going to be less energetic. But it'll still be there, but not as prevalent.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is the best movie, Optimus and Megatron.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? Even better than the G1 movie?
Okay,
Yes.
look, okay, yes. Okay, I actually do like the G1 movie. But I think, how do I say this in the nicest way possible?
It just shows more character.
Yeah. The G1 movie, I'm trying to recall, it's been a while.
Like,
Maybe I
you
should
can't-
rewatch it
Like,
before
I
make use.
understand that the original cartoon set the precedent of what these characters should be like, but they're not
Mhm.
always the best versions of the characters. Like, is there anyone who honestly thinks the 80 Shredder is the best version of the Shredder?
No.
Mhm.
The 2012 one's pretty good, though.
Yeah, I like G1. I like the G1 movie, but
G1 Megatron is good, but he's also inconsistent.
he's
I
also
have been
incompetent.
watching it the last few weeks. He is a little inconsistent.
He's kind of a dumbass, actually.
Yeah, he's kind of a dumbass.
But like, you actually kind of want to watch him.
And unlike most movie Megatrons, 4 and 5, he actually has a personality.
It's funny that you say that, because Frank Miller actually voiced freaking Megatron in Last Night, which is unfortunate. But hey, at least he finally gets to play the character on the big screen.
No, he voiced Galvatron in Transformers 4.
You're the one to cheat Galvatron's the same character as Megatron?
I mean, technically, yes.
But design-wise, it's an insult to my eyes.
Also, yes.
Like, this Optimus and Megatron, like, I loved watching them, and their designs really grew on me. I didn't know how to feel about them at first, because I felt like I'm a bit of a nitpicker, so I felt like there were things that could have been like improved, but like actually watching them on streams, like, you know what? I have no complaints. I'm just a nitpicky little bitch. These designs are amazing.
I also had that same impression, but I think they just look much better in motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would really like to see what this Optimus looks like within Earth mode.
I wasn't really sold on like the whole, like, you know how this design is more like this. Actually, everyone's designs here are like more rounded. You can tell, right?
Yeah.
Like they're a bit more rounded, especially like the shoulders. I wasn't really too fond of that because I really do like the whole boxy style of G1. The rounder style actually does grow on me. They grow on me like a lot, and in the end, I really like the designs better in the movie. I think they might be like some of my favorites in the series now.
Like Alita 1, that might be my new favorite Alita 1 design. I don't know what your opinions on this are, but I actually quite enjoyed Bumblebee in this movie. Like, he gives off that kitty ADHD energy that I liked in animated.
I will say, it's refreshing that he actually freaking talks in a movie. Like, oh my god. It's so refreshing. Like, yes, technically he did talk in Bumblebee, but like he talked for like 5 minutes and then became mute.
He actually does have like a reason to be talkative. Like, he probably hasn't talked to someone in years at that point.
Yeah, he went insane. People are theorizing that Alita 1 and Optimus are gonna be like a romantic thing, and I, for one, I just don't care. I really don't care if they do go with it.
I'd be okay if they did, because she was his romantic interest in the original cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind, them going down the road, but I also wouldn't mind if they stayed friends. I don't really care.
Apparently, in Prime, Ratchet was going to bring up Alita 1 when he had the synthetic Energon to get under Optimus's skin.
Oh. I like how this movie took the Insomniac Spider-Man route. That we all know that Megatron is going to be like the villain, the breakup.
Right.
This movie is you can see this movie about Optimus and Megatron's breakup and making it everyone else's problem.
Literally, that's what it is. You know, the thing is, like, I like that is that there are chances and opportunities for Megatron to steer clear from corruption and go to the light. And I just kept thinking, please, someone stop him from going down this path. Someone stop him.
Now, see, I was watching the movie thinking, I don't want these two to fall out, but I also want the story to happen.
Yeah.
That last line he said to Optimus gives me chills. My heart sunk. My heart, shut up, Ryan. My heart sunk when he said, I'm done saving you.
No, oh my god.
The shock when Orion evolved into Optimus. Like I was cheering. It's like, it's Optimus!
Like how they kept switching the POVs.
Showing both Megatron and Optimus's birth. That was too good.
That was so peak, bro. Like it's actually peak fiction. I'm telling you right now, man. I got chills.
I completely believe you.
Honestly, I never want to hear anything about celebrity voices, like voicing in animated movies again, because
unless it's Aquafina.
Celebrity voices can do great with voice acting.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Like, you couldn't imagine Poe without Jack Black.
True.
Now there are some outliers like Chris Pratt, Mario, but at the same time, Jack Black, Bowser.
I didn't really understand why a lot of people were hating on Chris Hemsworth as Optimus. Like I always thought he was gonna be. I always thought he was always like going to be a great like younger Optimus. Like I didn't have any doubt. I remember Shonaku actually did have doubts about it for some reason.
Oh yeah, I did because I was just like, Peter Cullen's right there. Why not get the guy? Something that even Chris Hemsworth himself's like, wait, why me? Get Peter. He's right there.
Exactly.
I feel like Peter Cullen wouldn't work with this kind of character that we get in the movie.
Although to be fair, it would be interesting to see though.
Yeah, this Optimus is a bit more, or rather Orion is like a more, I guess it's too lighthearted for a Peter Cullen kind of voice.
More energetic than what Optimus usually is.
Yeah, he's more of a crap talker than anything.
Yeah, so Peter Cullen probably wouldn't have been a good fit for this character.
It also,
for this version,
like that booming voice coming out of that little body.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I definitely was not expecting Steve Buscemi to be Starscream, but it actually fit pretty well.
That was so good, bro. Like his voice is actually, this is a really good voice cast. Like I wasn't too sure about. Yeah, especially Megatron basically stole the entire movie. I wasn't so sure about the voice in the trailers, but then when I watched the movie, I was like, yeah, this is the guy. This is Megatron. All right.
Scarlett Johansson did pretty good as Alita 1.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
I was so surprised that she actually put effort into this. I didn't ever think she would actually put effort in this movie.
Why?
I don't know. I wasn't like big on her in the MCU, so I didn't think she would be, I don't know, put much effort into this movie. Yet somehow this is her best role yet, better than her role as Black Widow.
I don't know about you, man, but her Black Widow in Endgame was actually pretty good. So
I mean, it's better than her performance in the Black Widow movie.
Okay, but to be fair, she actually did do pretty good on Endgame.
Okay, that's true.
And I'm glad this movie is animated because it looked gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly, absolutely.
And it's so refreshing to be on Cybertron for once in these movies.
And not just for 10 minutes.
No, Bumblebee movie. All right. And I really do like the world building, like the whole constantly transforming landscapes and the flora and the fauna and all that shit.
Yeah, they do something different with Cybertron than just making it a metal planet.
And Alpha Trion became a freaking had a beast form. What?
So he's a beast. So does that mean that the others were beast warriors?
No, because they all have different things. Well, Onyx Prime, I'm pretty sure is the predecessor of the Predacons from Prime.
So each Prime has a different specific thing Like Micronus is basically like the Minicon Prime, and then Alphatron is a Wise Prime. Then I believe Onyx was, well, in IDW, I believe Onyx was supposed to be like the Prime that did like beast transformations, I believe.
Yeah, like the Predacons.
Yeah, Predacons. And then there are of course other primes that do other stuff. And in IDW, Megatronus Prime was the one who betrayed the other primes, but that didn't happen because it's Sentinel's turn this time. So yeah,
Oh yeah, let's talk about Avatar first
Sentinel.
and Sentinel.
I never hated
Avatar. All right, all
I
right.
never hated Transformers villains this much.
I
That's
want to talk about Avatar
Okay, okay,
first.
okay. Alpha Tryon.
So
Okay,
I don't really
yeah.
have a standard for what Alpha Trion should turn into, because like in everything I've ever seen him in, he never transforms. So him
Yeah.
him turning into like this lion thing is pretty cool.
Beast Warriors representation.
Yeah, he has like telekinesis abilities too, right? That was pretty dope. You get to see like more mass shifting for
Mhm.
the bots. Like Megatron's freaking arm cannon is bigger than his actual arm, and it comes out of nowhere, and it is so cool. Like
It's pretty
how,
weird that
oh my
Megatron.
god. Okay, wait. Can we? Okay, okay. Let's just table this. I'll just talk about this later. You got anything to say about Alpha Trion?
Nah, I got nothing really. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, I also like how they made the
Yeah.
beard look less like a just full-on beard, and have it make it look like just an extension of his face. Like it still makes that
Oh
beard
yeah.
shape, but without it just
hmm
being a straight up beard.
Yeah, I really like that. Like, okay,
Like
maybe I'm kind of
beards in
weird.
Transformers never really bothered me, but I know it
Okay.
does other people.
Yeah, like okay, maybe I'm weird because I do like in Dark of the Moon, Sentinel Prime has a beard, right? I
Hmm
didn't really like his beard thing. It looked kind of I don't know, gross. Like,
I mean, it just looked like wires.
yeah, I know, but it's like it just feels so off-putting, Like I like his design, just not his beard.
But Sentinel, this
Mm.
guy,
This guy, like he
like,
has got to be
yeah,
the
I
worst
hated.
Sentinel I've ever seen.
I mean, great villain, but this guy.
Yes. Exactly.
Were you cheering for Megatron as he was ripping him in half like a psycho?
No, actually,
Honest,
because
no, yeah, I was horrified.
like
Like, okay, okay,
D16 wasn't doing it out of a sense of he deserves this. It was purely just a revenge thing. Like
yeah,
there comes a point where like, are you doing this because it's the right thing or because it's a vendetta?
okay. Look, okay, like I wanted this guy dead, but I also dreaded dreaded the moment that it would come because I know that if when D16 kills this dude, he becomes Megatron, and I did not want and I did not want that to happen
Te-
at all.
Technically, you're wrong because he didn't become Megatron after when he killed Sentinel. He became Megatron when he let Optimus fall to his death.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is, that was what resolved him, right?
But still, it resulted in him becoming someone else. The Sentinel death is just the cherry on top.
Like I was dreading their fight the entire movie.
One thing I've seen people say is that they feel like D16's turn was too sudden.
What?
Really? Not
Like,
really.
like after he gets his cog, he just seems like a completely different character.
No.
Not really. Even before he got his cog, he was already a pretty violent guy. Like he had this whole rant, right? Like to Orion Pax about how he wanted to kill Sentinel after finding out about his betrayal.
Yeah, and if I recall right, he visited his locker a few times after a few frustrations, I believe.
I think it's weird that his cannon doesn't become like the cannon on the tank mode.
All right, it's like a different barrel, right?
Yeah, I really noticed
Yeah.
it after he became Megatron, where like his triple fusion cannon, which is dope, isn't the
Yeah.
cannon on the tank mode.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, even with his single barrel cannon, it didn't even become it didn't become his tank cannon.
I didn't really notice it there until the tank mode, until he became Megatron. But like, I guess it kind of makes sense because like the fusion cannon isn't the barrel of the gun in the Ford's gun mode in the original cartoon.
Yeah. Wait, I just realized, is this Arachnid's first theatrical debut?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Wow.
Goggles was with me when I went to see the movie, and he did not like that at all.
Was he squirming?
No, he was just looking away. Like It really freaked him out.
What do you guys think of the jokes in this movie? I think this is the funniest Transformers movie.
Jokes.
I actually never really groaned at any of the jokes.
Yeah, me
Like,
neither.
not all of them made me laugh, but some of them were pretty funny. Like, you don't have the touch or the power.
That was a nice, that was a cute reference.
Okay, the funniest joke is near the beginning where Orion pretends to transform, and then he immediately cuts to him running away.
I laughed like
It's so
crazy.
funny.
I laughed
That
so
could not have
hard.
been as funny as it was. Also, another joke I really liked that they used in the trailer was,
Why is he gagged?
He wouldn't stop talking,
Even when he was unconscious?
especially when he was unconscious. I told you it wasn't tight enough.
Okay, I like that joke, but it kind of comes at the expense of Shockwave. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just like the idea that Bumblebee is so annoying. He even gets on Shockwave's nerves.
That's actually pretty funny, actually.
Wait, a joke I don't like though that involves Shockwave. Thanks to you guys telling me he's more like an emotional guy. Is when Alita won. Well, so I was like, "Why should we help you?" And then Limo just gets her fists together, and he's like, "We will help you." Like that. Like really?
It didn't bother me too much because like she punched him in like his eye, so like she'll do it again.
Yeah,
Like
but
she's threatening to do it again in his
Okay.
one good eye.
yeah, but like I would believe that a bit more if it was Starscream, because Starscream is that kind of guy who would back down from that kind of confrontation. But Shockwave, I don't really like the jokes at the expense of Shockwave. Not because you can't joke about him or anything, but because it just makes him weaker than he actually is. I mean, it's Shockwave, like he's probably like the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the Decepticon faction right beside Megatron, and he's kind of treated like a joke in this movie, which is kind of upsetting.
I mean, that's the only part of the movie where it makes him seem like a joke. I made a joke about look, it's minors. Like,
Yo, Sentinel's a Minecraft YouTuber. Speaking of primers, I actually didn't expect them to go this deep into Transformers lore.
Yeah. I honestly expected them to make a reference to Unicron because Primus, but no, they held back and just had this be about Primus.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit too early. Like, we're not even at like the Civil War yet, so I don't think Unicron.
Than like
Wow,
something
Ryan.
important.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like at least like a small reference about that, But I get what you're saying. Like okay, so obviously they said they did say, or at least there were rumors that this was going to be a trilogy, right? So like, how do you guys think that this trilogy will pan out?
I think
Transformers 1, 2.
I meant like predictions.
Okay, so obviously the second one's gonna be like I think it's gonna start off with the Civil War, if I believe right, against the Decepticons.
Maybe they'll like show the conflict with the Quintessons, like them trying to
Right.
kick them off the planet.
Okay.
Like that would just be like a big thing to just say, oh, it got resolved off screen.
Right. So okay, so here's my prediction, right? So Transformers 2 will be about the Autobots versus the Quintessons, and then the Decepticons will be like in the background and then Transformers 3 will be like all out civil war, I think.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. And then the ending of Transformers 3 will be about them building the Ark and the Nemesis and then going to Earth.
I'd honestly like to see a turnaround for this Megatron because I feel like he could have the chance to have a turnaround if he wanted to.
Yeah, I do hope so.
Michael Bay already ruined his own universe with 5.
Honestly, like I've seen so many people online like moaning about, they should bring Michael Bay back to direct the Transformers because this is mid.
Shut up.
No, what? I know, right?
Yeah, I
Like
watched.
they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay, so honestly, like the people who want Michael Bay back are just like they don't like this franchise. They only like Michael Bay. It's like the motherfuckers who want Zack Snyder back, but like and also cuss out James Gunn. You know what I'm saying?
To a lesser degree.
To a lesser degree, yeah, you're right. But like I feel like so much frustration because like the whole reason why the general public doesn't like Transformers is because Michael Bay basically shot this franchise in the kneecaps.
How do you think this franchise would be if he didn't make 4 and 5?
A better timeline.
So okay, basically, like I know that Age of Extinction is the most profitable Transformers movie at like 1 billion or something. But like it's also the one where the general audiences started to lose confidence in this series. Actually, Revenge of the Fallen is when it started, but then Dark of the Moon is like really good. So
At least Fallen had an excuse was made during the writer's
okay,
strike.
yeah.
That at least had an excuse.
Okay, yeah, you're right, you're right. But it still did make people lose confidence nonetheless.
Oh yeah,
So
no, it was
people
still
hope that, yeah. And then Age of Extinction is like, but then people liked it enough, so they were looking forward to last night. But then people also like really tired of this franchise because it doesn't seem to be getting better. Because let's be honest here, while I do like Dark of the Moon, the best Michael um Bay Formers movie is the first one, and it just kind of
yeah.
got worse afterwards,
But
right?
like
So people just kind
honestly,
of lost faith.
people didn't even like 4 enough. It made a bunch of money
Mhm.
because of China.
Yes, exactly. Like the whole China sponsorship thing, that was kind of weird. Yeah, and then last night was like it was a movie about King Arthur and the knights and Merlin featuring Transformers.
Where the did all this come from?
Exactly. Like I don't even know why. And then people are like, "Oh, bring Michael Bay back, bro." Michael Bay doesn't even want to direct these movies anymore. I believe he tried to retire like since Transformers 3.
Yeah,
Like he didn't even
yeah.
want to come back for 4 and 5.
I think
Like the
he
studio
did
just got him back.
because the original ending was supposed to be definitive.
Yeah, like I believe he got leaked, but then Michael Bay was like, "Nah, let's change it."
No, it
Mhm.
was a studio thing. I think
Oh, it
the
was a
studio
studio thing.
did change it because it got leaked.
We love Transformers 1. It's peak fiction.
Also,
I cried.
action scenes are awesome.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually freaking
Yes.
creative, and it's refreshing to no longer see human buildings getting destroyed. Instead, I can see robots buildings getting destroyed. That's refreshing.
Like the Transformers are transforming during like the action scenes. Like they're actually using like their biology. It's not like punching
Like
and
Optimus
kicking and
splitting that one
shooting.
guy in half while transforming. That was cool.
Yeah, like okay, like remember at the end of the movie, like Optimus versus Megatron, where Optimus tears off the turret, but then Megatron reattaches it and then uses it to
That was so
fire
cool.
at him. And then when they punched each other, and then Megatron used the cannon to fucking hit Optimus in the face with it. That was so cool. Like I with that.
Also, when he took on Megatron's Shockwave, Starscream, and Soundwave at the same time.
Yes, that was so awesome. I have seen people complain about it because Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave are like the heavy hitters
But
of
it's
the
Optimus Prime.
Decepticon faction. Yeah, but it's Optimus Prime. Like no one can really like go like toe to toe against him other than Megatron. So yeah, like
Also,
yeah.
this movie really made me see just how Megatron was able to get people on his side, other than just, hey, let's cause some chaos because people.
Oh, I mean, like if you actually like watched
Like I'm
Trans.
talking about like in G1.
Oh no, but in G1, no, in G1 he was created, right? Like he was like only like one of
Yeah,
the one in a long line of Decepticons. He
yeah,
wasn't
like
like he didn't invent it.
no, I'm just talking about like how he got people like to do what he wanted.
Yeah, but that's like G1, and G1 is kind of goofy,
It's a little
but we love it for that.
I hope in the sequel we see like more characters because I'd really like to see this version of like RC, Wheeljack, Ratchet, Ironhide, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, sorry to cut off in the middle of the video, but I have an important announcement to make. My friend Hunter is currently in need of financials because of her pet Phoebe suffering for some medical issues. She is in desperate need of your help. Just $1 can make a single difference and she'll be greatly appreciated. And also she's a very spectacular artist that she's currently accepting commissions. I highly recommend hiring her, and since she made some magnificent pieces of art, art style is really nice. So I highly recommend it if you want to hire her for to create an art. If you don't want art but you still want to help, just donate to her GoFundMe. And thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest. So who do you want casted as the other Autobots and Decepticons in the next movie? Like, what's your dream cast of celebrities?
Jack Black, Ratchet.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Chris Pratt, Wheeljack.
That's just
Tom
no.
Holland, RC.
No.
No,
No.
it's RC. That's crazy.
Oh no. Yeah,
Oh god, I'm
I
gonna
legit
cry.
thought you were gonna say Zendaya or something.
Oh, that's
No,
even better.
that's
Oh,
even better. Shit, I'm not gonna
Thanks
lie.
for the suggestion.
oh no. And who?
Tom Holland. No, wait. Tom Holland is Hot Rod.
Get out of the way, Hot Rod.
Nah,
Damn
I'd
it.
rather not see
No,
Hot Rod
no,
in anything.
Mr. Prime. I don't feel so good. I'm gonna cry, bro. If no, if they actually choose Tom Holland as
Oh,
Hot Rod.
also, I like that they included Optimus's axe, and it was so versatile. Like more than just swing.
Yeah, I really like the way he uses the axe. It's very creative. Very nice
Like he could use it as
choreography.
a shield, like make energy waves with it. It's so cool. Sentinel.
So, I don't know. Well, I hope in the
Like
next movie,
okay,
the third
like
movie.
in animated, he's just a pompous asshole, but like not a straight up villain. 3, he's a straight up villain, but he only did like one true act of like with
Like,
killing Ironhide. He killed all the original primes and held down Cybertron for 50 years in a big ass lie.
I mean, the thing about Dark of the Moon Center was that he did it for Cybertron's sake, right? Like he did it
Yeah,
for the
like
sake
he
of
had
Cybertron.
like a good purpose behind it.
Transformers One Sentinel is a straight up villain. He does everything for himself. He sabotages his own people. He takes away like basically one of your organs at birth so that they can work as minors so that they don't even have a choice. Like this Sentinel is like oh my god, like that part where they reveal that Sentinel takes their cogs out at
Yeah, like
birth.
that's so
I
fucked. Like,
felt I genuinely felt violated when they
like
revealed that. Like
when I
what the
first saw that they couldn't transform in the trailer, I was like, why would they change something like that? Like so integral. Like, why would they need to seek out the ability to transform? It's like
exactly.
this guy.
I love how they made us think, why would they do that? And then they flipped it on its head. It's because of him. Genius!
Exactly.
Gee, this movie has like A plus tier writing. Though, wait, I do have a problem with the movie though. Like we've been singing its praises, but there's a bit of a problem I have with it.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
Yeah, so like I know this movie is the downfall of Megatron. D, I get it, I understand. But him saying like, who would believe that if we show this, they won't believe us. If we did show it, so like, what? That you were just as blind as them, and when you were shown the proof, you know?
Okay, but to be fair, right? To be fair, he was really told that by one of the 13 original primes, and like D16 was really just a minor, before this. So who would believe him? Let's be honest here.
Even with the footage.
I mean, yeah, but it could have been just
Also,
made
people
up.
are stupid.
Yeah, people are
Like,
stupid.
I feel like Sentinel would just have to say fake news.
Even Megatron struggled to believe this, even after Alpha Trion told him. Like people basically believe what they want to believe, and Sentinel was basically worshipped in Icon, so like they basically had no chance.
But then the truth shall set them free, literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
When Orion gave D16 that Megatronus decal, I was like, oh, he's gonna make the logo after a gift from his friend. And then I saw Sentinel like engraved into his chest. Like, oh, it also became a brand given to him by that guy he hated.
Okay, so in the trailer, we actually did see like his brand. So I thought that he branded himself.
I actually never saw it. Like I didn't see it.
Okay, because in the trailers I saw that he had a Decepticon symbol, so I was like, "What the is happening? Why is he already a Decepticon? But it's just a sticker." And then in another scene, we actually saw like Decepticon scratches on his chest. So when I first saw that in the trailer, I was like, "Oh, he branded himself, right? Because he's hardcore like that." But the movie makes it so much worse, so much worse.
I also like the moment where he stands up and like, I'm never kneeling to you.
And that kind of like cements like that's Megatron. He doesn't bow to anyone.
I never really cared towards Megatron in all the Bay movies. Here, I never thought I cared so much, yet so fearful, and yet excited when Megatron appears.
Like two of the best Megatrons to me are Prime and animated, and this is definitely right up. This version of him is definitely right up there with those two.
Yeah, and it also helps that he does also kind of have a point.
But that doesn't always mean like his methods are the right ones.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
like he has a point, but he has bad methods.
Like, I mean, to be fair, like Orion Pax and D16, like they both have the same goal. The only difference is how they pull it off, like their execution.
Speaking of execution,
all right.
that was violent. That was real. Even for even for robots, it's violent.
You want a piece of me? No, I want to.
Yes, Megatron just has a thing for ripping people in half.
I was genuinely horrified because I'm so desensitized to like, these robots getting cut in half and shit because of beavers. But in this movie, I was genuinely horrified when Megatron ripped him in half. Like, what? It's actually a testament to the writing that
With
they
his
actually
bare
made me think
strength,
that way.
unlike Bumblebee
Yeah.
just cutting people in half.
It actually made me feel horrified that a robot was actually getting cut, like getting ripped in half on screen. Genuinely.
My jaw dropped when that happened.
That was the first time where like actual robot gore like disturbed me. Like I was like, what the like no, don't show me that.
PG for the little kids.
Yeah, boy.
They'll sleep nice tonight.
Also, I appreciate this being a being a PG movie that actually feels like it needs parental guidance.
This PG movie made this character that gets ripped in half more horrifying than the rated R Juggernaut ripping Deadpool in half scene.
Because you actually give a shit. Technically speaking, the Deadpool one is more violent, but because it's D16 and like you actually like D16, you don't want him to be Megatron, so you're more horrified that he did this.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that also plays a part in it. So yeah, the writing is pretty stellar in this movie. Actually, like I think this might be the first time where I actually felt bad for Megatron. Okay, actually, I do have one problem like right at the end, Chris Hemsworth's Optimus Prime voice. I think he's trying to go like the whole deep voice a bit too hard, which I kind of get because it's Optimus Prime, and he wants to kind of emulate Peter Cullen that way. But the way some of his lines are delivered at the end were kind of odd, like the way he says Autobot.
Oh yeah, that did sound a bit off. It sounded forced, really.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of like not sold on that. So I do hope that if a sequel is made, hopefully that his Optimus Prime voice gets better, because I don't think I really want to go through a whole movie where he sounds like that.
Yeah, give him time. Maybe Peter Cullen can teach him some lessons. Okay, so the beginning part, I like how we talk about the middle part and the final part a lot, but we barely talked about the beginning. Other than Orion pretending to transform and just run out with a very entertaining chase scene.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool, actually.
The beginning really showed off the best of Orion and D16's friendship.
Yeah. Oh my god, like I love how it kind of shows how different they are. Like you wouldn't really expect it, like how they did it, because Megatron or D16, sorry, how D16 was this rule like law abiding guy who wants to stay within protocol, while Optimus or Orion is the more rebellious guy. Like I didn't really expect that. I thought it was going to be D16 who's more rebellious, but I guess it makes sense like that because D16 worships Sentinel as well, which makes his fall even harder. Yeah. So, and also all right, and I also like realized that the reason why he likes like his favorite player is Megatron is because he's the biggest and baddest. So he also kind of hints at us that like D16 does like respect strength, which is kind of like a little foreshadowing, like a little Megatron there inside of him.
Yeah, and also it also shows when he shows disrespect to Starscream, because Starscream is not the leader that should be a leader.
Yeah, okay, but the thing is that yeah, that's true. That's like after his whole thing.
Media has taught us, Starscream would not be a good leader.
No, no. The thing is, like, we have shown, aside from Prime, obviously, that he can be a good leader, but he's just not given the chance. No, he was a pretty good leader in IDW, I believe.
Oh yeah, didn't IDW have started something similar where he starts out as like as a law-abiding citizen?
I think he might have been a scientist. Surprisingly, this was a scientist in the G1 cartoon.
Okay. What do you guys think of Alita 1?
Okay, like I liked her a lot. I really like her because she had like that pep talk with Orion, where she's like, "I'm better than you, but you're better than me at hoping. Like you have the power of hope on your side. You break the rules for a better future and all that." And I thought that was pretty like heartfelt.
You're an optimistic Prime. Say that again.
Oh no! Shut up. No. No, that meme will not escape me. Yeah, so I like the little character arc where she hate like where she starts hating him for breaking the rules and shit, but then she later sees it as a strength on his part, which is why she believes in his cause. So I actually really appreciate the character arc, and my favorite is obviously Megatron, then Optimus, and then Leader. Then my least favorite would be Bumblebee because like he's he doesn't really have that much stake in the plot. He doesn't have a character arc, which I think is fine. He's a comedic relief, even though he's not that funny most of the time.
I,
Yeah, except for
I
that
actually
one.
enjoyed his humor.
No, yeah, like I enjoyed him. I don't think I've cringed at him. Actually, I appreciated like the restraint that the writers had for him because in the actually like serious scenes, he shut the up. Like he actually took it seriously.
Yep.
Like the scene in the cave where they found the primes, and then the final scene when Megatron dropped Optimus and all that. Like they actually showed him, like they actually wrote him like a person, and not just like a joke machine. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. I'm very happy about that.
Like if they did, if another like writing team did the cave scene with Bumblebee, right? Then Bumblebee would just not stop talking.
Yeah.
But like with the writing
It
team that we
reminds
have now,
it reminds
like
me of how
huh?
like Sega writes Sonic in any serious scene.
Oh god. Oh, that's actually a pretty good comparison, yeah. But instead, like he's actually written like a person within the universe, like where because obviously if you go to the place where the 13 primes died, you would obviously be in awe of it, right? And he was pretty quiet and he didn't crack any jokes at that point, and I really appreciated like the restraint. Not a lot of movies actually do that. I really like it, which is why Bumblebee, like, he's my least favorite of the main characters, but I don't dislike him. I actually quite like him, because like he's kind of funny. Like that time when he wanted to introduce himself to Leader One, so he kept saying the whole badass thing. Yeah, so I really like Bumblebee, even though he was a comedic character. He wasn't too intrusive, which I appreciated a lot. I really like that. Like finally, a comedic character that actually feels like a person. Like he's not just written to be a joke machine. He feels like a person in the movie, and that and I know I sound like a broken record, but I appreciate it because it doesn't break my immersion. He's a funny character. He's there to be funny, but he's also a character in the movie. I'm sorry, I was repeating myself, but I just appreciate it. Yeah, so I like it, and I do hope that more movies continue onward. Like I don't mind. I don't think anyone minds comedic relief characters. I guess it depends on like the kind of movie, obviously. But like you should at least write them like they're an actual person. Like
Yeah.
think of the character first.
Gyros, is it out of all the Transformers media you consume? Because I know you consume the most out of all of us.
Yeah.
What do you hate this Sentinel from this movie the most?
I do. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is right because this Sentinel is he makes it so like he's such an easily hateable villain, and not only that, but he also makes it so personal. Like can you imagine if at birth somebody takes like your right arm or something
Makes you believe that you're born that way.
and makes you believe that you were born that way, and then and because you're basically disabled, you can only do only a few things. Can you imagine how violated you would feel after you find out that no, you were not born this way, he took it away from you?
Oh my, yeah,
you
I
know
see.
how dis
Yeah, and
you know
I
how
don't,
disgusting. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think even Megatron will do that.
Yeah, don't like I don't yeah no
I mean, this
like
Megatron
that's
wouldn't.
yeah, not
What
not this Megatron. Yeah.
what others have?
Yes.
No, not something like this, but they do like similar atrocities, I guess. But this like this version of Sentinel, it makes it very personal. He's a fake, But I've actually seen people compare him to Homelander, and I can kind of see it.
Is there anything else to discuss about the first act?
I love the bromance between Orion and D16. They are so cute. And then at the final part, right, where Megatron drives off with the high guard, and then they show a flashback of their first meeting, bruh.
Extra salt to the wound, man. Extra salt.
Extra salt, man. I was like, like, oh man, I was tearing up by that point. Like, oh This hurt.
I love how everyone's like in utter disbelief on how good it is on Twitter.
Okay, it's so funny because their first post is like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it," and then you see in their quote replies, and then after it's like they're like, "Holy shit!" and it's always like the most entertaining thing.
I saw one where it's like the Spider-Verse scene was like, it can't be that easy, right? It was that easy. But like someone commenting under another post being like, it can't be that hype, then quoting their own tweet being like, it's that hype.
Exactly. Yeah, I love how everybody loves this movie. I can yap about this movie like all day long. Yeah, I think this is like probably the first time I've ever felt this way about Transformers movie. Yeah,
You know what
and
would have
that,
made it more hype?
what?
Playing Linkin Park at the end.
No,
Yes.
no, right. Imagine at the end where they drive to the camera and it's like, what I've done
That would
to
have
face myself.
that would have been a great song actually for the themes of this movie. That would have been a great song.
True. Yeah, but they do have like that song in the
Oh yeah, it
in
was
the
a good song.
credits.
The original song. It was good. I liked it
I
a lot.
believe it's called "If I Fall." I've actually seen the music video. I've actually seen like the lyrics, and it's actually good. And it's so heartbreaking because the entire song is basically about, Megatron and Optimus's friendship, and then basically one of the lyrics. I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. One of the lyrics is like saying like, "Oh, I hope you catch me if I fall," which which does have like a double meaning where Megatron catches Optimus but he doesn't, but Optimus wants to catch Megatron but Megatron doesn't let him, so it's a bit one-sided there.
Yeah.
And it's just like you know but the entire movie is basically that line.
They
Is basically this song is it's just this entire movie is I'm at a loss for words. This movie is so good. I think Paper Plane, says it best. It's not often that we get peak Transformers like this. We gotta savor it while we can. So, anyone watching this, to the watchers, viewers, or whatever, watch this movie. Enjoy this movie. You will not regret it. This is a freaking masterpiece.
Can't wait for Transformers 1 too.
Me too.
Shut the up.
Me too.
What the would they call the sequel?
Transformers 2, like TWO.
We already have a Transformers 2.
Revenge
No,
of the
but
Fallen
it's
doesn't
called-
count.
No, Revenge of the Fallen isn't technically numbered. It's the subtitle is Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah.
There's no 2.
The same thing for 3, 4, and 5, you wanker.
And besides, technically speaking, Transformers 1 is more confusing, right? Because like we've been referring to the 2007 movie as Transformers 1 the whole time. Meanwhile, Revenge of the Fallen is literally the title. It doesn't have a 2.
Yeah, and this movie is called Transformers 1. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to watch Transformers 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3 in the future.
I love this movie with like from the bottom of my heart. I've been a long time a fan of Transformers ever since I watched the first Michael Bay movie as a kid, and seeing actually like good Transformers representation on the big screen makes me happy. Because for the longest time, when you want to consume good Transformers stuff, you usually, you go to the cartoons or you play the Cybertron video games or the comics, yes. But now, we finally have a legitimately good Transformers movie. Okay, if we did the tier list video now, like this movie would be in a tier of its own. There's no comparison. This is the best one. This is the one.
Till all are one.
I feel like I haven't glazed this movie enough. Right, so this movie is peak fiction. I'll be watching it as many times as my wallet will allow me to. So, actually, like, the last time I've actually wanted to watch a movie multiple times was Weathering with You.
Oh, I remember that. You said you saw it like 5 separate times?
I watched it 7 times. All of them in theaters, actually. So I'm gonna aim for 5 times. I will watch this movie 5 times. Like, it's a 9 out of 10. Like, it is basically perfect in my eyes, except for a few gripes I have with it. I honestly could have, like, even given it a 10, maybe. But I think I'll wait until, like, my second watch to see if it is actually deserving of a
It's
10.
hard to rate something 10 out of 10.
Okay, I mean, you can. You can rate something 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 doesn't necessarily mean perfection. It just means that, the flaws are so minuscule that it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
10 out of 10 is not perfection. Like, it's basically as close as perfection as you can. Except I like Transformers 1 is perfect 10 out of 10. Oh!